Hey guys, Anna Alchemist of the Arts here, back with another reading. Welcome to my channel, whether you are new or whether you are returning. I'm grateful for your presence and for your time here. In this reading, we're going to be asking what has been left unsaid. I appreciate there are all kinds of different energy dynamics, connections, relationships where things might not have just been said, and that can leave us with questions. As always, this is a collective reading, so please only take the messages that feel right, that resonate. If you don't like it, you do not have to take it. This is just to get a read of the current energy. It is in no way to define your situation or your outcome, but we're just going to read into things as they are right now and to see what has been left unsaid. Hopefully pull in some guidance. I've got 3 oracle cards here on the table, which I will draw at the very end of each of the readings, just as a little bit of guidance as to what you might be able to say or do, or perhaps just anything, an actionable step for you personally within the situation. And that is always the aiming of my readings personally, to give you the opportunity to feel empowered in your situation. So perhaps there is something that you can do to for you, to help you feel better for you. So that aside, all of my information is in the description box below if you want to contact me. There is a lot more content over on my Instagram, all the other things that I do, make, paint, create, and everything is available to purchase on my Etsy and also now on my new website that I've just launched. So 3 piles here today. Do take your time. I've gone with my arrowhead points, as I call them. The first one for pile 1 is this bronze arrowhead. For pile 2 is this piece of labradorite, and it's also shaped like an arrowhead. I'm trying to get the flash on it for you. Oh my god. Typical. I don't know if you can see that, but it is beautiful. It has the most beautiful blue flash. And pile 3 is this obsidian arrowhead point. So as always, feel free to pause if you need to make your decision. Really tune into your intuition. You might be drawn to more than one pile. You might not get a really strong draw to any of the piles. And then sometimes there's just not a message for us. And that's absolutely okay, because these are just collective readings. And as always, if you would like a personal reading, or if I can assist you with anything else, please feel free to contact me. So I'm gonna, like I said, pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna move these. I'm going to knock something on the floor, write this down, and we will get into pile 1. Okay, pile 1, if you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were drawn to the bronze arrowhead point today, and the message that I got when I selected this was, we're getting straight to the point of the issue. There needs to, I was getting really strong King of Swords vibes. So I don't know if you yourself or the other person that you're dealing with is sort of somebody that gets straight to the point, or perhaps somebody has been a little too to the point. Yeah, that was kind of the message that was coming through with this one. So, you know, take what resonates. If that does, if you feel like that energy is perhaps you or your person. I think I'm going to do just tarot today, to be honest. Maybe draw some oracle cards. Might do some runes at the top. As always, I'll just go with whatever I feel called to read in the moment. Whatever decks I feel called. I do read this one in the upright and the reverse. So let's get a feel for the current situation. What's happened between you and this person? Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so perhaps not a lot of getting to the point. Okay. Interesting energies. Okay. So this is what's going on in the moment. I'm getting here with both the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. It's almost like somebody just didn't know what to do. The energy I'm getting is somebody perhaps jumped before they were kicked out the door. That's a strong phrasing. It's like they jumped before they were pushed. It's like they ran before they could be rejected. I'm getting that sort of strong avoidant type energy. So maybe there was some kind of, I'm getting somebody didn't know what to do. With the Ace of Swords in the reverse, it almost feels like a real, it's interesting because I was getting that King of Swords to the point energy. That could be your energy. And it's almost like this other person perhaps just didn't know what to do, didn't know what to say, didn't know what option to choose, knew that they couldn't face being rejected. So they just swiftly moved in another direction, just kind of took themselves out of the equation. We're just like, well, I've just got to go. For some of you, I'm getting they just could have been, there could have been swift movement. There could have been a lot of change, a lot of movement, perhaps a lot of decision making that you really weren't expecting. It was like, let's clarify this Eight of Wands. Clarify the Eight of Wands for me, please. The King of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. I'm getting, the energy that I'm feeling is that somebody just really blocked themselves off, and instead of moving in the way that you thought things were going to move, it was almost like they moved in a complete opposite direction, and it feels like this was a real surprise to you. It feels like this is not what you were expecting, and it could have caused some distance between you. Now, again, I should have said this in the intro and I didn't. These connections don't have to be romantic. So this could be anybody. This could be a friend. This could be anybody at all. But I'm getting that there was, somebody did not behave in the way in which you thought they were going to behave. For some of you, this could actually be a partner or somebody that you live with potentially, but perhaps aren't, it's not a romantic connection. It could be a family member, somebody you're very close to, a friend that you live with, a flatmate, a housemate, something like that. And they didn't respond or didn't do what you expected them to do. And it wasn't that you had this expectation of them. It's just like this sudden, really out of character kind of behavior. And it's left you feeling really confused, is the energy I'm getting. Bottom of the deck. Yes. It's left you feeling really confused and just like not knowing what is going on at all. And it's probably why you've been called to this reading, Liz. No, they don't want me to do those yet. Let's get your energy, their energy. No, they're telling me not to do that. What is this person's energy towards the situation right now? What is this person's energy towards the situation right now? Just one or two cards, please. Okay. Yeah, okay. So whatever was going on, it almost feels like they... I feel like they shut themselves down. It was like they didn't want to make this decision. With thought in the reverse, and then the 10 of emotions, it was like they didn't want to face this, whatever it was. You needed them to make some kind of decision, take some kind of action, to step up, to show up in some kind of way, and they just cut themselves off. And I don't feel like they just cut themselves off from you if you haven't spoken to this person, if there's been some kind of situation, if perhaps you're not talking. I genuinely feel like they literally shut down their emotions and their thoughts. They just couldn't deal with it because they felt like they couldn't win. I'm getting with the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse here and the 7 of Cups in the reverse. And the Ace of... They just felt like there was no way they could win. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to choose. They didn't know how to marry up what they were thinking, what they were feeling. It was just like they just... It's like that freeze energy when your fight or flight response has been triggered. It's not fight, it's not flight, it's freeze. I don't know what to do. I can't face this. I can't make a decision. I can't move forwards. I don't know which way to go. I'm just going to do nothing. I just have to stop. I just have to zone out, tune out, whatever way it was. That's how this energy feels. Yeah, it's almost like they disconnected from themselves, or needed to disconnect from themselves for a little while. Perhaps they've just had an awful lot going on within them, and they find it really, really hard to perhaps verbalize or to express. And what I'm getting here is perhaps you are the person that's more to the point. Perhaps that is something, a kind of quality that you possess, something that you do more naturally, more easily. So, what's been left unsaid then? What's been left unsaid? What would they say? What's been left unsaid? Yeah. What's been left unsaid? Now, I do this bit kind of channeled. I use these as a prompt. They just didn't know which way to go. With the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, it's like I didn't know which way. I was just stood here looking at all the potential options, and I just didn't know which way to turn. I didn't know which way to go. I didn't know how to communicate this. I didn't know how to express myself. And the last thing I wanted to do is to get in a fight with you. I didn't want to cause an argument. I didn't want to cause any conflict. I couldn't face that. And I couldn't face losing you on top of what I was already feeling and dealing with. And I feel like this person felt this sense of failure, to be quite honest with you. You know, with the King of Wands and the Six of Cups in reverse, it's almost like a sense of failure. Maybe that's failure as having let you down in some way. Maybe that's failure as in having let you down in some way. But it was like they were just looking, they were waiting, and they just couldn't, whatever it was, they just shut down. What would they say? What would they say? The King of Wands, Judgment, Seven of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Yeah. I'm hoping you can see all of those. Let me move them up a bit. For some of you, they could have chosen... I feel like you gave them an opportunity. I feel like you gave them an opportunity here. And it was almost like they didn't respond the way in which you intended. And they actually responded the complete opposite way of the way they intended. And it was like they feared maybe judgment from others. What I'm getting is I was scared. I was scared of what other people might say. I was scared of what you might think about me if I told you the whole truth. Maybe the truth about how they felt. Maybe the truth about these decisions they wanted to make. Maybe there were other things. Maybe you offered them an opportunity, but there were other things that they wanted to include into the mix, and they weren't sure how you would respond to that. And because they were stuck, and they felt like they'd left you waiting too long with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, it was like they just panicked. I feel like they just panicked and felt it was safer to just step back and just be the observer, to just watch. And almost, for some of you, I'm getting a sense that it was like they wanted to buy themselves some time. The energy I'm getting here is that I needed to do some, I needed to focus. I needed to buy myself some time. And I had to pull away because I wasn't ready to make this decision. But I know that in this time, I am thinking about this. I haven't lost for some of you, this is that passion towards you. They might have a very good handle on this passion, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They might not express it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just, for some of them, they were lost in work. For others, if this is connected to more like a partnership of some kind, maybe a job role or something, this person, if it was like you offered them an opportunity and they didn't accept it, and you're like, wow, what? I've just offered you the best opportunity I could have offered you. This was everything I thought you wanted, and that they still want it. In some ways, I just feel like they weren't ready. And I just feel, in general, for whatever reason, I don't think this person didn't care. I felt like they weren't ready, and they just kind of shut themselves down. They had to tune out. They kind of switched off, which has left you reveling, wondering what on earth is going on. What else would they say, please? Yeah, there's that King of Swords. And the King of Swords with the Empress, which is interesting because we've got the Empress in reverse here. And the King of Wands again. So for some of you, I am getting a family or work dynamic. There could have been, so I'll just try and adjust the camera a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get any joy on that. Let's put the light on, maybe that'll help. For some of you, I am getting like a family or work dynamic where lots of people might be involved. And this person, so this could even be a child of yours. If you thought that they were going to go for an opportunity, a job or something like that. And I'm almost getting there with so fearful of your judge. If it's that situation, this is a channel message coming through for somebody. If it's like you're a parent and your child has not gone for something, or you feel like they've not lived up to their side of the bargain in some way, or perhaps they just didn't follow something up and it was their dream. You could see what the potential of this opportunity was and they turned it down or didn't follow it through. They're worried about you judging them. They're scared. They're scared about opening up for how you might approach them. And actually, I think that is the core message. They really look up to you. They see you as a very straightforward and trustworthy, but also loving and kind person, male or female, regardless of gender. You know, this Empress and the King of Swords, it's almost like they look up to you. They respect you. For some of you, I get them saying, like, I know you wouldn't have messed up like this. I feel like I've really messed up and you wouldn't have messed up like this. And now I'm looking at you and just thinking, wow, I have really royally screwed this up. And it's like they want redemption. But in now, because they've put themselves so on a low sense of self within your dynamic, they're kind of just taking a step back, trying to work on what they can work on and just getting busy work, keeping themselves busy. For some of them, they could have gone in, you know, just gone into gaming or something, and you just could be really struggling to connect with them if this person's still in your life. For others of you, you could just be, you know, not communicating or connecting at all. But the message I'm getting most of all is that this person needed time to regather themselves. They needed to take a step back, to really look at things with this Page of Swords and really decide what they wanted to do with the Seven of Cups. For some of you, they didn't make a decision because they really didn't know what decision they wanted to make. And it was because they really couldn't connect with themselves and they just shut down. And they're kind of a bit embarrassed because they don't feel like you would have made this decision. They know you wouldn't have behaved this way. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. Because I feel like you're far more together than they are potentially. Or they look up to you, or they're still planning. They're still holding on with the King of Wands here to this. No, it's more of a message. They are still passionate. They are still holding on to this. But I just feel like they're looking up to you and almost being like, you would not have messed up this spectacularly, and I can't believe I've done this. So, pile one, what can you do? Because obviously we can never change other people, but we can address our own behaviour within dynamics. Let's get one of these for you. What can pile one do, please? What does pile one need to do? What can pile one do? The Mother. It's the Empress 3 times. Wow. And we've got another turtle down here as well. What I'm getting here is patience. With the turtle, tortoise, sea turtle, tortoise, that's a very slow moving energy. And a mother's love is eternally patient. It is this knowing that things will work out, that situations will naturally resolve. Sometimes people have to naturally find their way to a conclusion, and that is part of their learning process. That is part of their soul growth, their soul mission, their soul experience, their life experience within this 3D reality. And no matter how much you love them, we cannot necessarily expedite that for them. And I feel like you're being called to know yourself, know your worth, do the things that enrich you, but also knowing that I heard a quote yesterday, and it was like about unconditional love, and it was like knowing that my unconditional love for you is unconditional, but if you fall short of my standards of self-love, then I will unconditionally love you from a distance. Doesn't mean you have to cut anyone out, but sometimes you just have to focus on yourself and be the best, to be in your best energy, knowing that this person, whatever comes next for them, they're going to have to kind of do this for themselves. Let's get your oracle card. Hero Alliance. Yeah, and I feel like this is a really difficult balance, because depending on your connection with this person, obviously if it was a child, and you're a parent to them, you have this sense of allegiance to them, to want for the best for them, but to know that as they get older, they have to make some of these decisions for themselves. If this is a love connection, perhaps somebody you've not known as long, it can be quite damaging to ally ourselves and to put all of our it can be a real difficult balance of putting all of our faith into a union that may be in the future, whilst also pursuing the life that we are living right now and embracing the present moment. So I feel like with the Mother here, the Empress, you're being called to come into that very balanced energy within yourself, of knowing yourself, working yourself, loving yourself, developing yourself, and allowing to be in that beautiful feminine energy that is receptive, that is the abundant mother, that allows things to flourish and can love things and nurture things, even if that is from a distance. Allow somebody to grow. Allow them to grow and focus on your own growth and well-being at the same time. That's the message I'm getting for you. Part 1, I think I'm going to have to wrap this up now, but I do hope this assisted you in some way. Always interesting to see how these readings come through and the messages that come through. I do hope that it provided you with some clarity, perhaps, some insight, some guidance as to the situation, and as to perhaps what you can say or to do, or just to be, what energy you can call yourself into, what state of being might be most beneficial for you. But as always, I thank you for your time and for your presence. And I will clear these and get into pile 2. Either pile 3, if you were called to this pile, then this is your reading. I'm just going to adjust the lighting slightly because there we go. It has changed. You were drawn to this piece of labradorite today. And as always, please remember this is a collective reading. So we're going to be asking we're going to ask what's going on right now. I've got your oracle card here. I'll do it at the very end. We're going to ask what's going on right now. What would this person say? And then pull through a bit of guidance for you, perhaps some practical or actionable steps that might assist you. I'm going to start with tarot. Just get a feel of the situation. Actually, just going to burn some Palo Santo just quickly to clear the energy. Sorry for making you wait, part 2. Just feel like it's important that I do this before. Okay. Just bring in some really positive. Let's get the highest truth for you. I do read this deck in reverse, so let's just see what comes out. What's going on? What's the situation right now between you and this person in mind? Wow, all major arcana. And as always, these could be any types of connections. Don't have to be romantic. Could be a friend. I'm going to take the top one because that's what I saw first. One more, please, Spirit. Thank you. I'm getting a message here or sense here of somebody that wasn't truthful to themselves. The energy right now is there is a lot going on. There is a lot changing. It could be that some kind of separation, segregation experience with this person where things, again, this could be romance, could be a job, didn't quite go to plan. It was like something didn't quite get started. Something didn't get off the ground. Somebody perhaps wasn't open. Somebody wasn't completely straight with you is what I'm getting. And it meant things couldn't get off the ground. And yet I think this has made you realise how that you're far more skilled. You undervalued yourself. I've got with the Magician and the Judgment in the reverse. It almost feels like you undervalued yourself. And I think you're realising right now that you were selling yourself short. And in fact, selling yourself short being an almost like a form of, this is a very obscure wording for this sort of energies, not being honest with yourself. And I don't mean deceiving yourself, but it was like you couldn't see the truth of how skilled or powerful that you were. And I feel like you've actually had a big realization. Whatever's happened, whatever's going on here, you've had a big realization about this situation, about who you are, most importantly, is what I'm getting. And why, whatever this was, didn't happen, didn't get off the ground. Let's get to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the Five of Cups in reverse. And I like this because this is the energy I'm getting. This disappointment, whatever it was, it's led to your transformation with the Death card here. And this could be something that you are in the process of going through right now. And rather than lamenting, rather than being in that Five of Cups energy, looking at what was lost, looking at what didn't happen, you're far more empowered by this. It's almost like you've taken the situation and turned it to your advantage, not by manipulation, by deception, by using other people, but by empowering yourself. And I think you've just realised how powerful you actually are. So this feels like a really positive energy. However, I'm getting a sense that you have still got some unanswered questions. So, in fact, I did this with pile 2 as well. Pile 1. Let's get this person's energy. So the other person in the dynamic that you're thinking of, what is going on with them? Just 1 or 2 cards, please, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to have to go hunting because I felt one flip over. I'm sure I did. Interesting, because that came out exactly in the reverse. And I've shuffled this in between. I've shuffled it in between. And I've shuffled it right now before I shuffled. So, before I dealt them. So, to have that again. Yeah. It was on the... Whoa. It was on the bottom of the deck. Yes. This, whatever it was... This person did not feel like they were enough. We've got the Ten of Earth in the reverse and Self in the reverse. This person did not feel like they were enough. Yeah. Okay, for 1 or 2 of you, I feel like you were in quite a serious commitment with this person, perhaps looking at marriage. And this person might have walked away. I'm almost getting that they didn't feel like they could give you what they needed here with the Four of Earth in the reverse on the bottom of the deck as well. It's like there was something that was supposed to happen and it just didn't happen. It didn't get off the ground. And it feels like a big deal. It feels like this was a really big deal to you. However, I'm getting that you might be quite intuitive. You might have a very strong intuition. And there was a part of you that almost knew or expected this was coming. Perhaps you were getting higher self messages about this situation, but you had this inkling that something was going to go down. And then when it happened, you kind of realised, like, do you know what? I kind of knew. Now, you could have got that from like a manifestation perspective, perhaps realising that, you know, how powerful our thoughts are and being like, you know what, maybe I saw this coming. Maybe I expected this to come. Maybe I judged this person wrong. Maybe I judged this person correctly. But whatever's happened, if this is a past situation, you've had enough time or have been going through the process. This could have been a repeating cycle with this person. where now you're all within your life, where now it's like, no, do you know what? I get this. I know this energy. I know this is a call for me to level up, and level up I shall, because I know better things are coming my way. And for some of you, you want this person to return to you. What would this say? Three of Pentacles. What would this person say? What does this person have to say? Pile 2, please. What would this person have to say? Yeah. For some of you, okay, no, the message I'm getting is this person wants to rebuild. They want to rebuild things. They want to repair things. Whatever way they let you down, there is the opportunity for a new emotional beginning here. And it's like they want a fresh start with you. They know this silence. There could have been silence between you. For some of you, you could have shut this person out. You could have blocked them. You could have just been like, no, do you know what? I'm focusing on me. I'm looking after myself. I don't have to deal with this. I know what I want, and I'm going to go and get it. For some of you, if that's the case, this person is really saying that they want an opportunity to start again. They really want this opportunity to start again. And it could be with the High Priestess that they're even manifesting that. They may even be actively trying to manifest you in order to have a new beginning, to begin to repair things. There is a sense of building. So for some of you, there might not have been a separation, but there could have been distance between your relationship. There could have been conflict. Or even worse still, there could have been like a sense of stagnancy and not even conflict. And this is why you're here, because you just don't know what's going on. And it might be that this person is not saying that they really want to work at things. They want to start again. They want to reignite that spark between you and to really go deeper within your connection. And they've just been quiet about it because they don't know what to say, or they don't know how to say it. I'm going to take it as it is, yeah. They're scared. They're scared of reaching out to you. With the Page of Cups in reverse, what would this say? I'm terrified. I really want this. I want an opportunity to start again. I really want to connect with you. You are so perfect and powerful and beautiful, and I'm just looking at you sat upon your throne. I'm terrified of reaching out to you because I'm scared you're going to reject me. With the Five of Pentacles here, I'm scared you're going to reject me. I'm scared you don't want anything to do with me. I'm scared that this is not going to work out and you were just going to shut the door in my face. What else would they say, please? That's a lot of cards. Yes. Let me just move these ones that landed face down. I just want to make sure that they've... Sorry, I only read this deck in the upright, so I just want to make sure I haven't put any in the reverse. What does this person want to say? I'm scared of the other people involved in your life. If this person has wronged you, they're worried if they come forward that they're going to have to deal with your people, perhaps being mad at them. Perhaps they're worried that you were mad at them. Perhaps people in their life are mad at them. Perhaps they've got here with the Judgment in reverse, other people that they have to apologize to, especially if we've got this energy of you were planning a wedding, or perhaps married, or perhaps just in a really serious commitment that was moving towards marriage, and then they let you down in some way. They know they're going to have to apologize to more people than just you, and that intimidates them. But yes, I want to follow my heart. I want this to change. I want to be... Yes. They want to be successful. There is so much positive energy here about what they want. They are willing. Look, we've got 3 guys moving forwards on the horse in a row. This is positive movement forwards. And they're worried. They could be struggling, not sleeping. And I'm getting, for some of them, if what they did was truly painful, then they do truly feel bad for what they have done, and they really hope that they have an opportunity to put this right with you. And I feel like if they're silent at the moment, it's because they're trying to gather themselves, because they know they can't just come forward as the Page of Cups. At the very least, they need to come forward as the Knight of Cups with something more substantial to offer you. They need to offer you this Ace of Cups. they need to be the one to do that, to bring forward this sort of, this white flag of surrender, because these two cards are so similar. I've never noted that before, and they're both carrying something. So there is this sense of them knowing, and the white horse as well, 3 white horses. They know they need, so 3 could be a really important number for you. 333, that could be a confirmation for somebody if that is one of your numbers. For others of you, 333 could definitely be, or 33 could be a message, but yeah, I'm getting 333. They know that they have to come forwards with an open heart, with truth, with an apology. They know they can't come forwards the same as they did before. They know that things are going to have to change in order for this to work. They know, it's like I'm saying, they're saying, I am going to do this. I will make this step. At the moment, I'm anxious, I'm worried, I feel terrible, and I want to get away from that feeling. And for some of them, it is a fear of rejection, but I feel like they're going through this transformational process, and they will get there. They will get there. If you want them to, that is. If you want them to. I will say this does feel like a more romance-focused reading, so it may not resonate for all of you. And if not, then please feel free to pick a different reading, a different pile, whichever you feel called to. But this feels very much like quite specific, and I feel like if you've watched this far, you know what this is. I was going to say this is a card for you. Yes. Let's get another one. What do you need to do? It's flown on the floor. I will just pick it up. Absolutely. You, pile 2, keep doing what you were doing in terms of recognizing and realizing your own power. I think you know that there is another chance at this if you want it. But this is remembering that it's if you want it. But this person, you also know this person has to, that there are things that need to happen. You almost need to know your self-worth, your boundaries, what it is that you will accept in terms of behavior, and to know that it's okay to say no to this person if they are not doing that. You know, this Phoenix energy is more rebirth energy. We've got the Death card out twice here. Death, I never think the Death card should ever be feared. I think that's a very negative assumption with the tarot. But there is a really strong sense of rebirth here. Personal rebirth for you, for them, and for this connection. And I feel like the focus here is on you doing your bit. Allow them to do their bit. You can't baby them through this one. And it's interesting because that was a little bit similar to a message in pile 1. They kind of got to do this for themselves. You keep focused on you. Bring in that balance. We'll get your oracle card. Nemesis in the past. Yeah. For some of you, this is going to be in really, because we had the Magician out here and this powerful transformational energy for you, this sense of rebirth, realizing, recognizing your own power, what it is that's at your fingertips, especially if you are, intuitive or involved in getting involved in manifestation practices or anything like that. Alchemy for some of you. There is this sense here of allowing the past to be your teacher, but also allowing the past to be one side of a dividing line, and you say, okay, I'm now moving in this direction. I honor and appreciate everything that happened, but now I know who I am, and this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. And I will not accept anything less than what it is that I want. And for others of you, only take this if it resonates, because I would never ever want or advocate just allowing somebody back in your life if there has been a lot of toxicity, abuse, anything like that. You will know if it's time to release this past, even if this person wants this new beginning, which it feels like they do. You might have outgrown this. You might have outgrown this, and by really truly reflecting on the person that you were and the person that you have blossomed and grown into and rebirthed into as this phoenix, you might decide that this isn't for you. And again, take whichever feels most correct for you. The most important thing of this reading has been all about you. This is your decision. No matter what this person wants, what they say, you have to be a party to it in order to make it happen. Otherwise, you can choose something else. You can choose a new beginning. And somebody new, and that self-worth and value will be reflected to you in another person, in a new connection. And there is potential for that, but there's also potential for this connection to come back, because this person really does, they are telling you they want a new beginning. They want an opportunity to apologize and to rebuild. So pile 2, I will leave this there for you. As always, please only take the messages that resonate, that feel right for you. Personal readings are available if I can assist you. And thank you for your time and for being here. I will see you in another reading. Lots of love. Let's get these cleared away, ready for pile 3. Did put some of these in the reverse. Just check them quickly. I think that was it. Nope, I see you. I see you. Nope, no I don't. Oh good. If you're still watching this, if you're watching me shuffle and clear out between the piles, then let me know in the comments. Do you prefer it when the videos are paused in between the readings so that there's just a clear transition without watching this phase from pile to pile, or do you quite enjoy listening to me talk to myself as I shuffle decks and tidy up? Let me know. I'll be interested to know. Okay, just make a note of the time. 42, 40, 50. Hi there, pile 3. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to the Obsidian Arrowhead point today. As always, please only take the messages that resonate. This reading is going to be, what would they say? What has been unsaid? And at the end, I'll pull through some guidance for you that will hopefully assist you with the situation, to give you some practical, actionable steps, things that you might be able to do. So we will do your oracle card at the very end. I'm just going to have a sip of water. Okay, I'm going to start over here. Let's get a read for the current energy for what has been going on. What is going on here? Ooh. Okay, the cards are really jumpy for this pile. Ace of Cups, the Devil, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. Okay, give me a moment to attune to this. I want to get some clarification. I want to clarify for the Ace of Cups, please. That was trying to flip around. A clarifier for the Devil, please. Oh, no, I know. Yeah. That is heavy hitting. Okay, I'm going to take them because they wanted to come out. Bloody hell. Excuse my French. Pile 3, this is a really intense energy. Let's get the bottom of the deck. Temperance in reverse. And the Ten of Wands, yeah. Okay. This won't be for all of you. Take it a few different ways. This does feel more romantically inclined. I will say that from the outset, but there could be family relationships here. This could be somebody in your life that you're connected to, a friend, a loved one perhaps, that is going through this situation, as opposed to it being you if this isn't about your romantic life. We've got the Devil and the Lovers come out together. The Lovers came out to clarify the Devil. And it almost feels like, because these cards are so similar, you know, we've got the same couple here, Adam and Eve probably. It's like a feeling of being bound. And I'm really feeling with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles that came out. I'm pretty certain this Ten of Pentacles would have flipped all the way around to the upright. I'm just getting a read of all of these energies. There is like a lot of confusion here. I feel like there was a lot of things needed to happen in order for this Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles to fully take place. This, where you are right now, it's like you can see that there is a potential for this beautiful new beginning, something solid, something stable. And you're waiting for this other person to see it, and it's like they're just not seeing it. Somebody could be in a quite a depressed state here with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and the Sun in reverse and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. It's like they've not been seeing things clearly. Perhaps their judgment has been clouded. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress both in the reverse. Now these are two energies that would be a very grounded, stable, loving, calm energy. So I'm getting that there could have been conflict. There could have been confusion. Right now there could be confusion. There could be not a lot happening, or there could be a lot happening but nothing really getting cleared or sorted out. And there is a sense here of feeling attached. There could be toxic relationships. There could be a difficult choice that needs to be made in order for this new beginning. In order to have this new beginning, somebody might need to make a really difficult decision. And you're sat kind of waiting and watching, waiting for them to make this decision, because I'll be quite honest with you, Pile 3. This doesn't feel like your decision. I mean, the energies could be reversed. This could be you, and I'm reading from the other person's perspective, but I do genuinely feel like you are sat looking at somebody, perhaps feeling a bit broken-hearted, and waiting for this other person to make a decision, and it's left you in almost a potentially a depressed state. For some of you, I could just be like, I'm just so over this. But there is a sense that for healing to happen, for healing to occur, there's some kind of thing that hasn't quite happened yet. There's some kind of decision hasn't yet been made. And I am getting this sense that you've been waiting for somebody to make this decision. And with the Ten of Wands here, I'm almost getting the message like, don't wait around. You can't allow this, whatever this is, to stop you. Because like I said, this could be somebody that you love and care about. You might be trying to support them through what could be a really difficult time, through a toxic relationship, perhaps a divorce for some of you. Somebody may be going through divorce or a separation, or they could be going through a really difficult time, and you can see that they've got to make this decision, and yet you know that you can't make them make this decision. They've got to make it for themselves, and you could be feeling really heartbroken and hurt. But you almost feel like, you know, there is this potential. There is this, right now, it's like you can sense that there is something shifting, something's changing. And it's like, you know, it's there. And that feels really, really positive, Pile 3. but I feel like it's after what has been a really difficult, trying time for you and for this person. Let's get their energy right now. What's going on with them right now? Okay, the Queen of Air in reverse, body and mind in reverse, the Nine of Air and the upright and the interesting. Yeah, okay, they're going through something right now. They may not have been communicating what's going on within them, but they could be going through a big shift and change. And I feel like whatever's going on, I'm genuinely guessing there is a life lesson involved here for this person. And there has been themes of this touching throughout all the readings, but this is perhaps more similarly to pile 1. And perhaps actually this could be opposite perspectives for pile 1. So you might have been torn between those two. There could be messages in there for you as well. There is some kind of growth and realization here. There is definitely a life lesson being learned from this situation. And that might not be being communicated. And if somebody's being quiet, it's genuine. I'm feeling like it's because they don't want to make the wrong decision. This person might not want to have an argument with you. They don't want to worry you, is what I'm guessing. They don't want to worry you. So they might not be expressing how they feel, and you could be feeling this disconnect. You could be quite empathic and know that this person is going through an awful lot, but at the same time, they're not being open with you. So you've got this element of just not knowing what's going on and not knowing what to say, and you're feeling it and you're tuning into it, but you're not, it's not coming from them, if that makes sense. The bottom of the deck, the King of Water, yes, because somebody is just not expressing their emotions. It is just not being expressed. There's an awful lot here that is not being communicated, said, expressed. And that's not to say it's not being felt, but I feel like this person is really learning through this process. Whatever's going on, they're learning something here. For some of you, if you're in separation with this person and this is your separation, or you're waiting for them to make a decision about a separation in order to have a new emotional beginning potentially with you, there is like something that they're learning from this experience. Yes. Level up time. What would they say to you? It's like they're gaining skills. Yeah, I feel like you offered them this cup. The way the Four of Cups flew out over that Ace of Cups, it could be that you have actually given them an olive branch. You've perhaps given them advice, you've offered them something, and it's like, I know, they're saying, it's like, I know you've offered this to me, and I see it, and I see its value. However, I have got to get to this place for me. There is something I've got to master here. There is something that I've really got to work out within myself, and I've got to stand firm with myself in order so that I can sort this out. Yeah, I've got to see things. Yes, I've got to be able to see things from a new perspective. I've got to go through this and see this from perhaps someone else's perspective, perhaps your perspective, in order for us to be victorious, in order for us to move away into calmer waters, because whatever's been going on has felt really, really intense and actually really quite heavy for you, pile 3. This person is amassing some skills, some life lessons. They could be quite depressed at the moment. The situation could have made you feel quite depressed. As always, seek support of the loved ones that you know you can rely on, because energies like this, you know, it can be really difficult to watch somebody that you love go through this, whether it's, you know, your romantic relationship or somebody that you really care about's romantic relationship. But I am seeing them finding their strength again, especially, or this could be you. I am saying it's like I'm finding the strength to move on. I'm finding the strength to move on. I am seeing that it is possible for things to get better here with the Six of Wands and the Hangman. I do see that things can get better. I know that I need to move on. I'm finding the strength. For some of you, okay, there could have been a really difficult relationship in the past, you or them. You could have connected. you could have had the potential for something beautiful, and they might not have accepted that. They might not have been ready. They could have been holding on to the past, emotionally shut down, not able to express themselves, not willing to really go there yet. And it left you feeling really hurt and dejected. And they are finding their strength. They are finding the strength, and they know they need to move on. What are they going to do? What do they want to say? Yes. For some of you, if you've not spoken to this person for some time, they're hoping that they will be able to reconnect with you at some point with the Six of Cups. They're hoping it's not going to be too late with judgment. For some of you, it might be. For some of you, if they might really need to yeah, I'm being drawn to the fact that there is this person here offering this cup back. They know it's time for them to do their work. They're going to have to initiate this. They're going to have to offer that olive branch, that gift back to you. Not necessarily a physical gift, but a gift of words, of truth, of openness, of connection. And they're a little bit worried about what you might say or do. What's been left unsaid? What's been left unsaid here? Yeah, they were sorry. They're sorry that they weren't good to your heart, basically. They're sorry that they couldn't be as open and honest as you were. I felt like you had a very loving, open heart, and I feel like that was something you offered quite freely to this person. This could be a friend. This could be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. Like I said, you could have been very loving towards somebody who was having a really hard time, and they perhaps didn't treat you. You know, I'm not getting necessarily that they fully betrayed you, but you could have felt quite betrayed. You could have felt like your loyalty or your best wishes were betrayed, that your kindness, that your love, that your care was betrayed. And they're sorry. They're sorry that they did that. They're sorry that they did that because they know that it was wrong, because you gave so fully, so lovingly, and so openly from this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. Yeah, and for some of you, they do see the potential for this union, for something greater than this. I think that's the thing. They want to come back. They want things. They want the good times again, especially if there's been a lot of depressed energy. But for others, yes, for others of you, okay, it could be a marriage that needs work. You could be in a state of separation right now, or perhaps not in communication. With the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, they know they need to come forward and to be open and to express that they know this needs work and that they're willing to do the work. What will they say? I know I need to get out of my head. I can't be worrying. For some of you, they could have really been struggling with their mental health, and that could have run away with them in terms of they couldn't express themselves to you fully. And they know that that's something they need to do, whether that's getting help, whether that's having this sort of conversation with you. What else? Yeah, they know that they couldn't give you what you needed at that time. The King of Pentacles in the reverse. Either they know, they're recognizing that they were at fault. They're recognizing that they didn't give you what you deserved, that they didn't give you what you needed. They weren't grounded enough for you. They weren't, for some of you, a nurturer, a provider. This could be a dad figure for some of you, a father figure. And again, it's that sense of apology, because they know that they didn't give you what you needed. And they know that they hurt your heart. And I do genuinely feel the energy that I'm feeling is that they're apologetic for that. Yeah, there's a sense of healing here with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Things are coming into balance. I do feel like whatever's going on, this person is going through their own process. You are going through your own process. You might be doing that in a connection in the same house. And I do feel like this person is wanting to do this work in order to get to calmer waters here. I do feel like that's what they want, and you guys can go through this process together. For others of you, if you are in a state of separation, I do feel like they're going to come back towards you. but I feel like they've got to do this work for themselves first. I don't like to put limitations on time or things like that. This is a read of the current energy. This is how things are right now, how you think and feel about the situation, how they're thinking and feeling about the situation. Time is so fluid, and we're really powerful manifestors that we can select different timelines, we can select different outcomes, but I appreciate what we're dealing with is reading very, very sensitive energies, and I never want to sound insensitive or bypassing in that respect. So I'm trying to give you the messages from the energy that I'm feeling and reading right now. And I'm going to pull a card now to hopefully give you some assistance in what you can do, perhaps how you can help yourself in the situation. The Child in the reverse. Yes, okay. And the Child in the reverse and the Eternal Fire. The Child in the reverse, the Child is a very playful energy. It is a very innocent and carefree energy. It is a sense of mystery, of exploration, of youthfulness. I'm getting that this came out in the reverse. Let's get your Oracle card and we'll read these messages together. Yes, Revelation in the reverse. And there's both, these colours are so similar. I kind of feel like you have to, there's like a dual energy here. In order to move through this, if you, I don't want to tell you what to do, but it's almost like a call from spirit to release some of this baggage, the emotional weight, especially of this situation, because you cannot control all of it. You cannot do this person's side of the bargain for them. And this is almost saying, come back to a more childlike energy, a playful energy, an energy where you can be more peaceful, more playful, and enjoy life again. It almost feels like they want you to embody that state so that you can relax a bit, because I feel like the density of this energy has really taken its toll on you. For some of you, you could be aware of this. There might be something that you are not seeing, something that you haven't seen. I don't want you to stress yourself about that, but there could be some kind of being honest with yourself that you haven't yet done. And it could be in the carrying of the weight of the entirety of this situation. And actually acknowledging how the situation has impacted you too. And I feel like that's something that Spirit really wants you to do, is acknowledge and honour your own emotions and feelings. And to focus on how you can help and heal yourself. And really enjoy life in the ways that you can, even if not everything is working out. Do something small every day to bring in some beauty, some focus. You know, I'm getting gardening here for some of you. Being outside in nature, playing, be playful. If you are in a family dynamic and you have children, you know, going to the park and being silly and playful, just little things, a little bit every day is going to help you. It's going to help lift your energy. And help reconnect you with your inner child, that childlike spirit that just wants to love freely and learn freely and explore, especially if you were this deeply empathic Queen of Cups. I've just noticed she's really poking out here as one of the predominant cards. Don't let the situation change who you are, Pile 3. Be who you are. Be the love that you are. Love openly and freely, but never at the expense of yourself. And that might be the revelation that you've been missing. And it's not that we give with expectation or limitation, but we do have to know, especially as empaths, when we have to step back just a little in order to protect ourselves from what is going on. And I feel like that's why the devil came out here. Pile 3, I hope this provided some clarity. I hope it assisted you in some way. Just sending you all my love and a really, really huge hug. Thank you for being here with me, for spending your time with me today. If I can assist you with a personal reading, you know where I am. All my information is below, but thank you. I will see you again in another reading, and take care. Bye-bye.